Quarterback Desmond Ridder has been benched for a second time this season. Will that provide any spark for the floundering Falcons, who are just 4-10 against the spread this season, including a notable 2-8 when favored? Guess we're about to find out. How's it going, everybody? Brian Power of WagerTalk.com back with you today to talk Colts Falcons NFL Week 16. I'll have a free winner for you on this matchup in just a bit. But first, I want to talk about the point spread. Earlier in the week, the road team was favored, but after the news of Ridder's benching, the numbers flipped to Atlanta. -1 pretty much across the board. Circa already up to -1.5. Looking at the WagerTalk.com odds screen, the total also on the move after opening 44.5. We're up to 46 pretty much across the board. Please note we are recording this Thursday morning and lines can move, obviously, between now and Sunday. Now, let's talk about where these two teams stand when it comes to the playoff chase, shall we? Indianapolis, who has won 5 of 6, is now 8-6 straight up on the year. Puts them in a 3-way tie for first in the surprisingly competitive AFC South. There are currently 11 teams in the AFC with a 7-7 record or better. So the Colts need to keep winning because it is no guarantee if they don't win the division that they will get a wild card. Of course, the Falcons, the wild card's pretty much off the table for them, yet the NFC South, the moribund NFC South, as I like to call it on the shows, still in play. Falcons somehow only 1 game off the division lead despite being 6-8, although last week's loss at Carolina really hurt, really put a damper on things. Yet a fourth quarter Desmond Ridder interception while up 7-6 inside the Panthers' 5-yard line. That proves to be the final straw for Atlanta head coach Arthur Smith, who is going back to Taylor Heineke at quarterback this week. Heineke only 12-15-1 straight up as a starter in his career, 13-14-1 ATS. Not to mention, Falcons 7-16 ATS at home under Smith, and a horrible 1-12 ATS their last 13 non-division games. Of course, Heineke previously replaced Ridder earlier in the year for 2 games. That was before the Falcons' bye. And the team lost both games to the Josh Dobbs-led Vikings and to Arizona with Kyler Murray back. Including those 2 results, the Falcons' last 5 losses, guys, have all been by 5 points or less. So this is a team that's not winning the close ones. Meanwhile, Indianapolis, what did they do last week? Well, they rallied from an early 13-0 hole to defeat Pittsburgh at home. That was on Saturday. The Colts scored the game's final 30 points. Personally, though, I'm still not a huge believer in this team, but Shane Steichen absolutely deserves Coach of the Year consideration for the job he's doing in his first year at the helm. It's notable, the Colts have forced a turnover in 19 consecutive games going back to last season. That is the longest active streak in the NFL. But if you're thinking about backing Indy here, things may not be as easy as it looks. The Colts are a banged-up football team right now. The injury list grew as both running back Zach Moss and wide receiver Michael Pittman Jr. both left last week's game with an injury. Be sure to monitor their respective statuses for this game. Remember, the Colts already without running back Jonathan Taylor, so they're really hurting at the skill positions, and Gardner Minshew is the starting quarterback. I know it's not been profitable back to Falcons this season, but I think they're better than their record. And this game is basically their entire season. With New Orleans and Tampa Bay playing each other next week, the Falcons will likely need to win out to have any hope of stealing this division. Not going to say they're going to do that, but I like them on Sunday to beat the injury-riddled Colts. Again, I'm simply not a huge believer in Indy. There are just a lot of backups playing at the skill positions right now. And the way the line has moved during this week makes me think the Falcons just might be the sharp side in this matchup. Once again, of course, be sure to keep checking the WagerTalk.com live odds screen for all the latest line movement for NFL Week 16. And let me know what you think of that Falcons pick down in the comments section below. While you're at it, feel free to smash the like button and or subscribe to the Wager Talk YouTube channel. You can find me on X, it's formerly Twitter, at BrianPower_wins, and all of my plays are at wt.buzz/BP. I should have 6 or 7 NFL selections for NFL Week 16, starting Thursday night with Saints-Rams. Look for an all-access to show up soon, and you'll be able to get all the plays for just $29, and you can save an additional 20% on that $29 by using the coupon code TAKE20 at checkout. That's TAKE20. 20% off any all-access pass this weekend, not just for one day, all the way up to 1 year. You can save 20%. As a reminder, not only my number one in ROI at Wager Talk this month, I'm a red hot 22-11 my last 33 NFL selections, not to mention 9-2 my last 11 college football selections. I went 67% last year in the Bulls, and we're going to get going with the Bulls this weekend. But if it's more game previews you're looking for here in NFL Week 16, all you have to do is go ahead, click on this next video.